Prompt 10. What challenges are raised by the dissemination and/or communication of knowledge? Rephrasing the question can help you think about to address the prompt, but make sure you title your essay with the exact wording above a useful rephrasing is. What problems pop up when we share what we know? Sharing knowledge sounds great until you hit roadblocks like gatekeeping, spin, or overload. Let's map the hiccups. 1. Spot communication snag. Before diving into examples, recognize the major pitfalls in passing knowledge along access inequality. Who has the tools, language skills, or institutional permissions to receive information, and who's left out? Bias and spin, how vested interests, framing effects, or censorship twist the message away from its original intent. Information overload, when sheer volume buries signal in noise, making it hard to discern what truly matters. 2. Sharing roadblocks examples. Pick the ones that resonate and feel free to substitute your own. Ancient manuscript, locked in monastic vault. Historic newspaper, censored or delayed editions, highlights editorial bias. Social media screenshot, algorithmic echo chamber, shows how viral feeds can accelerate spread and distortion of news. Braille book or screen reader interface reminds us that format and accessibility standards determine who can actually consume content. Telegraph or Morse code machine, early high-speed communication, raised trade-offs between speed and accuracy, e.g., garbled distress signals. Radio transistor propaganda broadcasts mass reach enabled rapid info dissemination, but also state-sponsored spin and reach-based censorship. Library catalog versus digital database, old-school card systems, limited discovery to in-person browse. Digital portals can overwhelm with hundreds of hits, translation tool or dictionary. Language barriers and imperfect translations can both bridge and introduce misunderstandings. Illustrates how errors get published, corrected, and how long out-of-date versions persist. Printout of a viral hoax underlines ethical duty to fact-check before sharing and the persistence of falsehood once released. 3. Shape your commentary. Begin casually. So, what hiccups do we hit when we pass knowledge along for each roadblock? Explain its lesson. Manuscripts in vaults because only monks could copy books. Scientific ideas were locked away from the wider public. Algorithmic feeds your social media timeline, shows what you click on most, so you rarely see dissenting opinions, then propose remedy. Expand open access policies and inclusive design, e.g., universal design standards for Braille and web content to enforce. Teach information literacy skills to help people filter overwhelm. 4. Link to TOK concepts. Power whoever controls the medium. Printers, platforms, publishers shapes which knowledge gets amplified or silent. Responsibility. Knowledge bearers have an ethical duty to ensure accuracy, clarity, and fair access. Communication. The choice of format, language, and channel affects both reach and fidelity of the message. 5. Food for reflection. When does more communication become just more noise? How do power dynamics determine whose voices reach the center stage? What ethical responsibilities do we bear when sharing or withholding information? Now it's your turn. Choose the examples that most vividly reveal the barriers we encounter and consider how we might tear down those walls to create a more equitable, truthful exchange of knowledge.